Hello everyone and welcome back to Jenna Voice. So as you can probably tell, my setup has changed from what it normally is. You can see a different angle of my apartment than you probably ever have. I do plan to talk about why the perspective has changed in another video, but today's video I wanted to make about a lecture that Renée Fleming gave while she was here in Salt Lake City for the gala. She partnered with one of our professors here at the University of Utah who specializes on the brain and how it works, and the lecture was entitled Music and the Mind. Now, as you can probably guess by the title, the lecture was all about music's effect on the brain and the mind and how it can influence it in a positive way. So I, like many of you, have probably heard that there have been studies done on children, and if they've learned to play a musical instrument, that their success in school is significantly better than those who don't learn how to play a classical instrument. But I never really thought about music's effect on the elderly, particularly those who are suffering from dementia, Alzheimer's, or even people who have had traumatic brain injuries or suffer from a disease that can affect the brain and how it functions. During the lecture, Renée showed a variety of clips, some of them involving her. She did this CAT scan while singing to see what parts of the brain were engaged and weren't engaged for a different variety of exercises, and it was really interesting to see which parts of the brain lit up, which didn't. You know, singing is one of the most interesting forms of music. You know, it's really the only instrument, if you will, that involves physical, mental, emotional, acting, memorization. Like, there are so many aspects when it comes to performing as a singer versus any other instrument, really. So it was really interesting to see the physical representation of the brain in action while somebody is singing. In addition, she showed some clips, particularly from a documentary called Alive Inside, which I did watch later after the documentary, and it was absolutely fascinating. If you have not seen this documentary, I highly recommend it. It really focused on the effects of music on the elderly, like I said, those with dementia, Alzheimer's, and other brain injuries and diseases that affect the brain. And what was really interesting to see was how one iPod and a set of headphones could really just reawaken a person who was having trouble communicating or remembering people or events in their lives. And as soon as that music started to play, they became a completely different person. It was honestly astonishing to see the effect on these people just from one song and how quickly it changed them. And so I really think this is something that I'm interested in finding more information about, and I kind of wonder how many thousands, if not millions, of people we could help with just music and giving them a better quality of life. You know, I had a grandfather who passed away from Alzheimer's, and I've had a cousin who's had a traumatic brain injury, and he is doing very well. I don't honestly know if music has been any sort of part of his therapy and rehabilitation. I kind of wonder if music had been a part of my grandfather's care while he was sick, if that could have possibly given him a slightly better quality of life during the end of his life. You know, obviously there's no cure for Alzheimer's, unfortunately, but I think it's something to be said about how music awakens the soul, not just excites the mind. I mean, that's of course important, and you know, our current healthcare system and how it works, you know, treating things with a bunch of pills, and while I'm not saying we should get rid of that, there are definitely problems in how it numbs certain parts of the body while supposedly helping others. And if there are other treatments out there that don't involve medication and have such positive results, I think we really need to start finding ways to fund this and making it a common practice in our country, if not the world. Like, just thinking the impact that this could have on so many people and families, and how simple of a solution it really is really just mind-boggling to me. If you follow my Facebook page, which I link in the description below, you will be able to find an article that was written about this lecture, which has much more information if you are interested. I'll try to link that down below if I still can. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with all of the videos I post. I post a variety of videos related to music and the voice and performing, what I'm doing, experiences I'm having, and tips and tricks that I can give to younger singers that I've figured out in the few years and degrees that I've had in performing thus far. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.